BB851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
Emirates and the Airbus A380neo have been a pair heavily discussed over recent years, with often the question arising over what could have been had Airbus moved forward with the A380neo over, say, their A380 Plus, which I discussed in a video last month. Ultimately, global pandemic aside, it would not have been hard to see a future where the A380neo with Emirates could have existed. It was something the airline was interested in. However, to what capacity was also something that was worth noting. The demand from Emirates and total orders would have needed to see Airbus break even on the program. And with not many customers interested in a new A380, it could have very well been Emirates as the sole operator of a re-engined A380-800. Emirates, as we know, likes to keep a relatively young fleet of aircraft, turning over planes a lot earlier than what is potentially considered, in quotation marks, normal. It has and is still to this day the way Emirates flies, and for people who view the airline like maybe you watching now, a little bit deeper than most, you'll notice how it also plays a crucial role in the Emirates identity as well, constantly offering customers the best possible experience while also flying efficient jets. Keeping that in mind and all the points I've just gone into, speaking to Airbus over an A380 replacement so early on wasn't completely an odd thing, and could have made sense for the airline. In fact, in new comments thanks to an interview from Tim Clark with Flightglobal, which will be linked in the description, he said that the carrier actually got very, very close to getting the A380neo deal done, something that would have been groundbreaking for the future of the aircraft. What's even more intriguing to me is that Clark went on to further say that he believed an aircraft like the A380neo would have a future after the global pandemic, say specifically after 2025. You might ask why this is intriguing / interesting to me. Well, on the surface, it's the fact that he sees the need for quad-engine jets, but more so it hasn't been a lie that the airline will likely not be keeping their A380s on for as long as first imagined. While they have been confirmed to be sticking around, Emirates will still be going about changes to its operations in order to better acclimatise to the changing environment. And this, according to some analysts in the past few months, means that there's a high chance the A380s won't be here till the mid-2030s like initially planned. If Clark is now bringing up something like the A380neo, it puts a lot of questions on the plate. Clark finally added, had the Trent XWB as the baseline engine for the A380neo been developed to where Rolls told us it would be, we were talking about a step change in consumption, the usual thing about a 12 to 14% in fuel burn. This really, though, in my opinion, sums up the A380neo program on a whole. There were always discussions taking place over it, and it's not to say down the line we might not see another quad-engine jet with Airbus, or even Boeing. But then again, the future is moving in very different ways with aircraft designs and technology, so it's hard to know exactly what to expect, and it's also hard to determine specifically what airlines will be wanting in, say, a decade or two. What we know is that Emirates will be keeping a watchful eye on developments and always be looking out for the latest new aircraft design that could better them in the future and give them one up on their competitors in the sector that they're in. If you have any thoughts on the A380neo and Emirates' real pursuit of this particular aircraft, even though Airbus went ahead and focused on their A380 Plus, which as we know had those sharklets, do not hesitate to let me know. As always, thanks very much for the continued support. I hope you stay safe and have an enjoyable weekend as best as you can with whatever you are doing during this global pandemic. See you all next time.